actually had it too loud and nearly blew my eardrums out. So
that's why I just go slowly deaf over time.
just deal with it.
I loved the intro in that anime style. I should have done a Kim Il Sung trailer like that.
Yeah, just what do you mean? Look, what are you doing in the chat?
Fucking you bitch. You absolute renegade. You
absolute renegade. You scallywag. What else? What else can we come up with?
You heir to the Pendragons.
Whoa! Wait, that's a good thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it means she'll have an interesting life and they get slain.
No, okay.
All right. What about if as well as werewolves, there's ones for all the other types of questions, like who wolves and why wolves, and
when wolves.
How wolves and when wolves, yeah. A when wolf, that sounds like a thing. I'm gonna write that down. When wolf, because it's a good surname for someone, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Ah, Mr. Wenwolf.
I see you have found my master plan.
Oh, it was Count Wenwolf all along. He was the wolf man.
I see. I don't know how to say hello in Russian, so have some German-ish instead. Guten Tag. There you go.
Thanks, comrade.
Got a super chat, and I want to be a little somber for a second. This is from 2012 Jameson. It says, F in respects to Cab and his mom. Cab, who's a friend of the show, he's been on our show before. Unfortunately, his mother passed away today.
Is that a Venezuelan comrade, perchance?
Oh, no. Unfortunately, his mother passed away a couple of years ago. But this is, he's our, Cab's our Florida man comrade. And his mother passed, it was about 1 o'clock this afternoon, Mike, around then. Yeah. And so no, it was actually later than that, about 7 this evening, Eastern time. So, pay our respects to him. And we're looking out for him. We're going to do something for him. Don't you worry about that. Just keep your eye on these spaces and all that good stuff. So. But yeah, thanks, 2012 Jameson, for bringing that up. I was going to say something later, but go ahead and say that. Cab, if you're out there, if you're listening, we got you, bud. We're looking out for you. But yeah, so to try to keep our spirits up, let's talk about communism. And because if everybody's miserable, then no one is.
That seems to be the end plan of every goddamn communist regime. And then somewhere they get along the line to disarming the workers, and then suddenly they're tyranny.
Oh yeah.
The problem is, this is what I keep trying to explain to people, that if you try and go from a capitalist society to a communist society, it doesn't work because there's too much change. And what you really need is like a flat Minecraft world, like that's completely blank, where you can start it from the beginning. You can't force people to change to it. To do that, you have to kill like 40 million people or something, and it's so nobody's saying let's do that.
Yeah,
so, like it
would literally require a bloody revolution to succeed. And one of the things, and I will say this, and people, they kind of look at me side eye when I say this. Communism, in its base form, can work in a small community.
Oh yes, like there's like the Hutterites. Hutterites are the only version of communism that I've ever found actually works. Because it's a religious communism. What they do is they band up together, they buy up a shit ton of land, they praise God, and then they essentially share the wealth up until there's too many Hutterites in the area, and then they split off half and they make another colony somewhere else. And only one they elect a boss every year to decide what gets done with the money, and they're allowed to use technology, they're allowed to do whatever the hell they need to it. And the reason I mention this is because there's this one Hutterite guy that whenever I mention like the only functioning form of communism, he favorites my tweets.
He said, "Oh, we're getting that good advertisement, boys. We got them." Now let's talk about the best form of communism. Which
I figured if we was talking about communism, we should be looking at this Juche communism's what they have in North Korea and real communism. Like it's just and Kim Il Sung, great. That's basically what their form of communism.
I mean,
is.
from everything that I've seen and heard, and you made mention of in your book. Of course, you said my book's on the way, so I'll get a good read of it. But he actually convinced people that he was magic, didn't he?
Yeah. Like, and all of his descendants, they're all magic. Like,
so anybody related to the Kim family will be magical, according to the dogma. Okay.
Yeah, they come from they're descended from the original mountain people, like of Korea. But it's not true. Like Kim Il Sung was actually born in the Soviet Union in Manchuria, but moved to the Soviet Union, and this is all different over there at that time. Like China wasn't one unified thing like it is. What's cool is when I launched this book, this was the first show that I came on, if you remember.
Oh yeah.
Like and I think we might have passed like $300 on that night, and it was like, yes, thanks, look how well we've done. And people actually turned up and give me money for this book. Like, it's unbelievable. So
I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, you got such great perks, like you're not chromium cover, and and
the not chromium cover is amazing. Look, it costs £20, yeah, and the normal version costs £9. People are paying me an extra £11 just to wrap it in 30p of tinfoil. Like, it's insane. Like, but I sold 16 of them. Like, it's crazy.
So, your burn a book tier. When are we going to see those? Are you going to fulfill first and then do the?
That's going to be the very last thing that I do on the campaign, and it burn those books. In fact, I'll burn the books on the day that I send the digital files out, because I sold a bunch of those. And remember, I said I was going to make them wait 3 months. I was going to deliver them 3 months late. That's going to be in August. Some people are going to get their books 3 months late as well, innit? But covered myself with that. So then I'll do that on the same day. And I've just today added this new tier, this original-ish cover art, which is made by Captain Fuckhead. He printed off like the blue lines and then traditionally inked them in it. There's 3 copies of those that exist. One belongs to me, one belongs to Captain Fuckhead, and then the other one is now on sale on Indiegogo right now. Where I do have it here somewhere. Here we go. In a tube still.
You say it's in a Jew?
Tube.
In a tube.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
No. This ain't that stream, Mike. That's later.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Let's get a good look here as he untubes the.
All right. So here's one.
Oh yeah, that's sweet. That's nice.
It's signed by Captain Fuckhead already. And then obviously I'm going to send one back to him, one for myself, and then one for one lucky backer. One rich backer. Please.
Yeah. It's like giving you all the. I mean, this is a communist success story. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Using the capitalist system to beat them at their own game,
This book shouldn't have worked. It's a political book with no art in it. Like, and those are the two of the main tenets of CG in it. Like, I got customer service down, like I'm doing that. Like, but all the other rules like are broke and still sold books.
Yeah, that's. I laugh at the absurdity of it, but it's like I said, it works. So what can you do?
Like I deliberately chose to do this first, like to have a small campaign because I wanted, like, this is my version of Springtime for Hitler, and it is supposed to fail. Like, it was supposed to be easy, so I'd only have to send out 30 packages or whatever.
Yeah.
I sold like 160 or something, and it's a fucking ball ache to do. Like, packing the books and sending them is harder than making the book. It's harder than advertising the book. Like, that's actual work. Like, saying, oh, I want to be an artiste for a living. I don't want to have to send boxes though. Like, I'm gonna have to come to some kind of compromise on that.
Yeah. But from everything I've seen of people who've got their books, you've done well with the packaging. You know, you didn't just I mean, even the ones you said you were going to ship, you know, with just just through post, you said I can't really do that because it would get nothing.
Yeah, and like people got like there's stretch goals in it that were achieved, and I couldn't just like staple your note to the outside cover or whatever.
Yeah,
it would definitely be stolen.
Yeah,
so yeah, I had to do that.
Had to do a bit of work.
I still think you should have done the throw one of the books over at the North Korean embassy.
I would definitely have died if I did that, especially with so this Kim Jong-un was dead when this book was closing. Do you remember on the day?
Yeah, he was supposedly dead. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
13-hour stream. He was dead, and he came back to life.
He got better.
Yeah.
It was an Easter miracle.
I remember that. It's so crazy. Yeah. There was a lot of what was it like? Yeah, for like a 2-week period, everybody's like, we think he's dead.
Yeah, I was claiming like the book that killed Kim Jong-un. But it wasn't.
Oh dead. No, that would have really got the Juche forces on you. Oh
yeah. Yeah, like so this book, there was I could have promoted it like more aggressively, like with North Korean not people, but supporters. But I didn't want to get on North Korea's actual radar. I still think like they must know that this exists. Like but how much attention they're paying to it, I don't know.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm sure they have their version of what is it the Iranians have against Salman Rushdie? Is it
a fatwa?
Yeah, fatwa. Yes, I'm sure they got their version of a fatwa they'll come and it's like if you see him for the glory of the grand leader.
Like if I went to the embassy to throw it over, I wouldn't even get to the fence before they shot me, like because I know who I am now.
Yeah, it's like they out. How back in the day, like police or sheriffs or stuff. They had the wanted posters, and they would carry them around to make sure oh, that might be that guy. They got you on their little video phones. It's like, oh, it's a coming mark. He thinks he's fooling us.
We'll show him.
Yeah, we'll show him. Like you said. And then we because we posited, I went back and watched that stream a while back, and I'm like, you posited it's like if you are killed in the UK, but you're shot from North Korea, is it considered murder?
Yeah, it's legally dodgy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Technically an international incident at that point.
Yeah, technically it would be. That wouldn't be something your death would start a war like the UK and North Korea. And it's like the most unlikely war to occur would all of a sudden happen.
What would happen as well is someone would start a GoFundMe, like, and that would make more money than my fucking book did.
We got to bury this comic.
And get like a Cuban state funeral or something out of it if we can raise enough money.
Oh yeah, I mean, hell, I would fly your body out to Cuba just to see it. No, honesty, just as good as Castro, if not better.
So yeah, that's the Kim Il Sung thing, and I'm close-ish to having finished sending books out.
Mhm.
So I'm looking to do the next thing now in it,
Mhm.
like which is I'm bringing back not Daredevil, like
Mhm.
for real, for like an Indigo campaign, like I should have done in the first place.
Like an actual campaign and not just a giveaway kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I've
Excuse me.
just clicked the publish button
Mhm.
on my mailing list,
Okay.
and so I'll share that so people can
So
see.
that's the big announcement here, ladies and gentlemen. That
Yes, here
he
we
just,
are.
yeah.
The thing.
Yeah, you got a new mailing list to sign up to. Woohoo! It's gonna be funny. Like I'm gonna show you some of the stuff that's gonna be in the new book that wasn't in the previous stuff,
Mhm.
and hopefully you'll dig it, think it's cool, and that.
I remember you showed some of this stuff like the other week, and I'm like, you might get you might actually get like shot.
Yeah, possibly. Like it's real risque.
Mhm.
Like this could bring like an army of Karens onto me. Like
But then again, that we've seen that sometimes that controversy does work. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it's better to ride that sort. I've just dropped a link in the YouTube chat, and I'm not even a moderator on your channel, bro.
Oh, I can go fix that. Give me a minute. I have to switch to.
That guy, Brian the Observer, asks,
Oh yeah.
does the money deducted from my paychecks pay for this book? That's funny. No, I wish it did. I'd love to get some of that state-funded tax dollars for spreading propaganda.
Right.
I'll even do it for the other team and do like be in an actual Russian troll factory. That'd be good too.
Mhm.
So one of the reasons why I wanted to launch all this shit on your channel, Optimus, is I love the sound of you reading out my writing. Like you got a real natural understanding of it.
Yep. And on top of that, here's Piper.
Oh, hello, Piper.
Yep.
Hello.
Type something in the chat so I can mod you easier.
All right, I'm gonna type the word potato.
Okay.
There you go. Yes, as well. So this book that I'm doing now, not Daredevil, this is the first thing that I ever spoke to Piper about in it.
Yeah.
That she said something about being a girl and superheroes, and I was like, I've got a girl superhero.
Oh no.
Make Fatty a moderator too. But yeah.
Hey.
Okay, so here we go. And boom.
Yeah, so this is my mailing list for the new version of the book, and I just want you to take it. Just read it for me, please.
Okay.
Well,
let me.
You'll make it amazing.
Yeah. All right. Let me get it on my screen so I can see it.
Yeah.
If you could drop the link in the private chat, that'd be great.
Yeah, great. There you go. Swap.
Just real quick, we got $2 from Dark Gift Conference. He says, "What's up, peeps?" Well, the what's up is that we got a new mailing list to show off, and this is the big announcement stream for it. So let me get this pulled up on.
And what I'm trying to do is take mailing list announcements to the next level. Like I'm going to show you like an example preview of what's to come, but not it. Like you'll see what I mean. Like when I show you.
Oh no.
Oh, I know.
Get the comments back up over here. All right. So, not Daredevil, the greatest name in comics.
That's the actual tagline for the original Daredevil character in it.
Like, oh yeah.
So I was like, I'm stealing that. Not Daredevil is the greatest name in comics. I think it's still true.
Okay, so a recontextualized satirical parody of the culture and context of the golden age of comics. ...
The mailing lists are so restrictive. Like you got like 120 letters there to fill in, and you can only use 4 images on the entire campaign. Well, on the mailing list, it's bullshit. Like sort it out, Indiegogo, make
Yeah. Make your mailings more robust and shit, right? So here we go. Make vague promise that they'll get something for signing. By signing up, you also receive the latest updates and news from the campaign. Obviously, you don't have to read that. This is standard stuff.
Yeah.
COMMI3 presents the Not Daredevil universe. After successfully seizing the means of production and releasing the highest-grossing photo novella in Indiegogo history, Kim Il-sung and Best Korea, COMMI3 returns for the most controversial book you have ever seen, as the golden age of comics gets the COMMI3 treatment. Oh boy. And like I said, in the first image is a dude in a hood.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh dear.
Oh.
This is just the tip.
Oh. I'd hope so. I don't know if I can handle the rest of it.
It's so okay. I ain't gonna go there. The hero formerly known as Daredevil returns. Learn the origins of everybody's favorite drunk Australian superhero, not Daredevil. Returns and witness his epic battle to defend the USA from a racist Nazi-supported takeover by the Ku Klux Klan. Wait, you put Ku Klux Klan?
Yeah, the Ku Klux Klan. Brains.
Sorry, that's just hilarious.
It's an even better name.
Oh, I'm not okay.
It is a better name. Look at Ku Klux Klan.
Was that an accident?
Yeah.
I love it with COMMI3. You can't tell if it was an accident or accident on purpose.
Yeah. You're gonna leave that alone, right? You're not gonna fix it. I would not fix it.
Don't fix it. Leave it.
Yeah. The Ku Klux Klan. It sounds like it's like these without the context, you would think it's like, oh, they must like drop hints and stuff about their crimes.
The Ku Klux Klan sounds like a dance troupe.
It does. The Ku Klux Klan left this burning cross in somebody's yard. I wonder what it means. Like, oh no. I better stop before we get kicked off YouTube. Woo. Okay. So, by the way, nice. Classic characters and new stories. I like how it's.
Yeah, the stories are basically the same. I'm just telling them in a new way.
Right. Original artwork is used to write new comedy stories dealing with controversial issues: race, gender, suicide, rape, and more. Like, you were so excited about this.
And more.
And more.
It's a character limit, isn't it? Yeah, we could have carried on. The list is fucking huge. Stuff in this is insane.
I can't wait for the Rain Man campaign because anyway. Set inside the racist campy golden age universe the originals were. Holy crap. Okay, so yeah, there's where things get a little weird because you get this image that says some of the bonus characters that could be unlocked in the campaign. Oh, so are you kind of doing the Zaid Comics thing?
Yeah. I was so happy when the Lost Pages launched because now I can just point at the Lost Pages and say it's like that, and people understand like the whole concept of like an anthology all set in the same universe. Like he did all the groundwork for me, so thank you, Phil, so much.
He walked so you could run.
Yeah, exactly.
And see this one, not Daredevil with Crime Buster and question mark the monkey.
Yeah, so the original Lev Gleason, who I've stole all of this stuff from, when he introduced this character, Crime Buster, for a couple of weeks before, there was like a mailing campaign where people got to choose the name of the monkey in it. So because I'm changing all the dialogue and text and shit, I'm gonna do that as well. Like so anyone who's on the mailing list gets to vote, gets to suggest like a name for the monkey in it, and I'll pick the best one.
Nice.
Man. Oh, and here once again, make vague promise that they'll get something for signing up.
And the original guy who did this, he actually gave away a monkey as the prize, like an actual living monkey to someone's house in the fucking post. I'm not doing that because the shipping to the USA is going to be insane on a monkey, so you can forget about that happening.
Well, maybe what you could do is like if the con ever happens, people can buy their own monkey and you'll sign it for them.
I'll sign the monkey for it. Yeah. I'll do that.
That sounds vaguely wrong.
Look at
sign the monkey.
I guess Fatty signed up because he's got he posted your thank you for your interest.
Oh, sweet. Thanks
don't forget
for your interest, Fatty.
Yeah, don't forget to when you sign up to confirm that email, because if you don't, it won't go through. So
yeah, there's so many mailing lists that I
you accidentally
screwed up.
Yeah. So I didn't get my secret perk.
Well, I haven't gotten any emails. I need to check because I know there's one that I definitely did the confirmation email, and I still have not gotten a single email.
Believe it or not, I've had like some that go into my spam folder for some reason.
Damn it.
Yeah. It's weird because, well, what it is, a lot of it happens is because even though it's a mailing list, it's not an Indiegogo mailing list. It's just, they're collecting emails and then you put it through MailChimp or, some other program.
Oh, for real? Indiegogo doesn't? No, that's right. I should know this shit, but, I didn't do that part.
Yeah, that was all me trying to figure out that bullshit. And it was the worst part was like, because I did remember the day, a couple days before we launched, I did a test email to see if everything would work, and nobody was getting anything.
Yeah.
It's like I said, check your spam folder. We didn't get nothing. It's like, oh crap. But yeah, MailChimp seems to be like probably go with that the next go around. I used what did we use? We used Zoho, which is good. I mean, it's very robust and stuff. But it's just it seemed to like a lot of things didn't go through for some reason. But
I guess a lot of whatevers don't like Zoho.
Mm-hmm. And then
it was also the fact that you needed a physical address before it'll let you go through.
Am I to show this link now?
Oh, you can, but before you do, I just want to say this picture in the bottom left here of all the characters, like I made that in the hope that when I was showing the mailing list, we could blow it up, and see everyone. But Indiegogo even crops all of these images down really small on it.
I can do this. No, I can't even do that.
It doesn't even let you open it in a new tab. It's outrageous. So
you know what's funny? If I looked at it on mobile, I could see it in full screen.
Yeah, and you'd be able to zoom in on it.
So what they did is they made the mailing list better for mobile than they did for standard websites, and that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
That's definitely true. This is definitely formatted for mobile. So what I've done instead is I've put together a fake version of what the campaign is. It's basically a template that I'm going to write on top of when I come to write the actual thing. I'm ordering my thoughts and shit at the moment. So I've sent you a link to that in the private chat, and you can have a look at that if you don't mind.
And okay, here we go. And FYI, this is a preview. This is not live. Just yeah. All right, so guess we get to scrolling.
Yeah. Well, that picture at the top, first of all. So my friend Jim Love Pigeon, who's working on Doomsday Kingdom, he's that guy. He made that image for me today, in a couple of hours, because this isn't what the book's going to look like. It's going to look more like the Golden Age, but be colored just a bit better. But we're just messing around in it to see how good we can get the original black lines to recolor shit. You know what I'm saying? Carry on.
So now we scroll down. Not Daredevil, the greatest name in comics. I still love that, the greatest name in comics. Really? You took the template and you rewrote the template.
Now, I've
where you write
improved
the
template. This is a preview of what's to come and a lesson for viewers on how to write Indiegogo campaigns. That's the niche thing that I'm taking round on tour, to promote it, how to do Indiegogo campaigns. My campaign.
This is where you write your spiel about what the customer will actually get in one epic 30-word sentence detailing the concept of the book and the page count. I'm glad you added that you need page count. So this template is already mail-in approved. Write starts all of the sentences in bold and capital style. These early paragraphs are crucial because they're the only part 80% of potential customers will read. They'll probably scroll past this to find out how good the art is. Lead with your best piece, ideally the cover.
Yeah. This is good tips though, for real.
This is awesome. Oh, is this kind of like the layout for the cover?
Yeah, that Love Pigeon Gazer, Doomsday Kingdom, go and look on that. Go and check that out on Indiegogo. He's doing that. That's gonna be my Alex Ross variant cover on it.
Nice.
All hand painted and shit. Because that's what Dynamite did with the Death Defined Devil, which is the same character.
What's going on?
Okay, I'm not the only one. I was gonna say something. I was like, man, he's packing.
Yeah.
I think that's quite smart.
That's
I like do an italic center just caption underneath.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This will be the Alex Ross style variant cover by James Millen Doomsday. Cool.
Nice.
Explain to the customer of the pretentious artist.
I mean, he's being honest, I guess.
Holy crap. Oh yeah, it's like who the hell is packing that? Okay. Meta. Oh God, meta. Of course, because it's a Comic Mark book. Meta bullshit about how the book uses Golden Age artwork that has been satirically recontextualized to critique the prejudices and misconceptions of the writers and the culture at large in the 1930s and 40s. Using the original ink lines from the scans of the 70 to 80-year-old comic book, the coloring of the book will be touched by somewhat by CG UK compatriot Captain Fuckhead, best Korean xenotype. Not as much as the images currently in the campaign. These are just tests of how far we can push this. So this is basically an example of.
Yeah. Like, because I wanted to say if we could strip out all the color and just completely redo it, and we can. That's how good the quality of the original scans is and the technology available. Like when I made this before, I made it in paint and it looked really shoddy. Like that kind of added to it in a pop art kind of way.
Yeah.
But if I could make it look real as well, then why not do that?
Mm-hmm.
And after success. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, you may have read that sentence before somewhere.
I may have. After successfully seizing the means of production and releasing the highest grossing photo novella in Indiegogo history, Kim Il-sung in Best Korea, Comic Mark is now appropriating an entire defunct comic book universe from the public domain. The OG Daredevil comic used to sell 2 million copies a month. Is that true?
Yeah, 2 million copies a month. That's insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dang.
The biggest comic book company in history, and now I am the boss of it. So take that. That's what happened. That's what happens when we seize the means of production. Like we can take anything that we want.
Yeah. Throwing some of the other great characters in the universe. Captain Battle. Captain Battle is just an amazing name. Anyway, Crime Buster and more, and you've got a real team on your hands. So there you go. Oh, this is the image you were talking about.
Yeah, and you should be able to open it in a new tab now, from there. You don't have to though. I've already covered it in case it don't.
Yeah, I mean, I got it. I got it over here, but yeah, it's much easier now. Here's a selection of some of the characters that could be unlocked. So it's up to you, the fans, the backers, to unlock.
Yeah. So there's going to be like I'm offering at the moment a vanilla version in it, like with the base characters, and then as we like achieve certain goals along the campaign, I'll add more shit in. Because it's easy to do with an anthology, because you don't have to worry about dragging the pacing out and making it all weird and that in it. You can just go boom, there's another 6 pages like with no real consequence.
Here's a selection of some of the characters that could be unlocked. Okay, now show the backers the quality art they can expect to find in the pages of the book. If you can find a way to mention the fact that your lead artist Charles Bureau is an Eisner Award Hall of Famer, that Don Rico was an Ink Spot Award, that'd be great. It's probably pushing it to mention that George Russo's worked on Batman #2, and definitely don't mention that one of the artists in the book co-created Supergirl. Not Daredevil.
Pushing it a little bit, just a little.
Not Daredevil captures the warm, nostalgic feeling of the Golden Age, while the narrative is injected with a fresh, modern, satirical social commentary on the context and culture of the era. It's supposed to be fun.
I mean,
I think it is interesting, and I hope you will too. It's a weird, pseudo-intellectual superhero parody, history lesson type of thing. It's hard to explain, but you'll understand it when you read it. Having these big splash pages is a great way to showcase not Daredevil, Silver Streak, Pat Patriot, Captain Battle, and Crime Buster without giving away spoilers to the stories inside. So here we got not Daredevil. You said not Daredevil was an Aussie, right?
Yeah, he is. So he's born in Britain, then he moves to Australia when he's a baby, then he's raised by Aborigines till he's 13, and then he moves to America. But by that point, he's already Australian.
It's just too late.
The tape stuck.
But yeah, when World War II breaks out, which happens in the second book of this is like the pre-war warm-up or whatever. So you get to know who the characters are, so you can see how they're affected by war, like in books 2
so
and 3.
basically, it kind of in a situation where there is a war, but it's not the World War yet.
Yeah. It's in Europe. It's in Europe. America's still selling weapons to both sides, and it. Hail capitalism.
It was good business.
I like how the title over here, the war, and then it leads right into, war is serious business. When men you say, like that's pretty funny, but I ain't gonna read all that.
But yeah, that particular page is actually going to be from book 2, but it was such a cool piece of art that I put it in anyway.
Yeah, I like the him standing there. These other guys have guns and stuff. And he's like, I got my boomerang.
Yeah,
I'm ready. Breaking up the images with text is controversial.
He fucking does. Right here. I mean,
I think
you gotta admit, he has balls.
I think that is a good idea because it gives you the opportunity to talk a little bit about the characters. And the context of the book. So here I explained a little of the titular character and star of the book, Australia's #1 drunken boomerang champion and all-around top bloke from the hero formerly known as Daredevil. This section will explain the potential customer that this particular book is an anthology where all these stories take place in a shared universe. Then I would show them characters that will be included in the vanilla pre-stretch goal version of the book. Okay. And by the way, what's this about him being drunken?
Oh, that's just because he's Australian. Like,
okay.
Those things just naturally go together.
Yeah.
So obviously these are all the unedited pages, and it like gonna go in and reword them all. Like this story, the origin story, it's already done. Like it just needs to be redone.
I find it kind of weird that he's just hanging out with these boys.
Yeah, that is weird. I agree.
And then it looks like he's coming out of the room, like he's putting his clothes back on.
Right.
Yeah. That's some of the sort of jokes that I make inside the book.
I was gonna say, I said if you don't hit the obvious one, then I'm gonna be very disappointed.
In the original one, this bald kid at the end, his line is, "If you can't trust 4 naked boys in a bed, who can you trust?"
Yeah, this is
I
this
mean-
is from. It'll be what I got to read, but physical.
Yeah, well,
more.
yeah, with more, shit you haven't seen before, shit that I'd planned to make after the 2 issues that I gave away for free, and then was like, oh, hang on, I can make money instead. Like,
Right?
so went back to the drawing board.
Mhm.
And now I'm back with it.
Well, yeah. See, I want it physical. That way, I go around and show people easier.
Hey, look at this book. It's got the Ku Klux Klan in it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good way we can actually say it without getting
Right.
YouTube taking us down. It's like, oh no, we're talking about the Ku Klux Klan, not the other.
Yeah. The Cuckoo Clan, they are more like, take that.
Yeah. Use the spaces between this splash page to talk about who the characters are and maybe hint at the content of the story that will be in the book. The ones that are in place at the moment are not necessarily representative of the story that'll be in the book. The first, not Daredevil story, will be the origin one about colonialism and the 30s, 40s views on savage natives, but hilarious.
Nice.
Oh man,
I love me some savages.
look at this guy.
Yeah, that's the Silver Streak. I don't know why it's called the Silver Streak.
Right.
It's wearing red.
Yeah. The only thing that would have been funny, you know what would have been hilarious about this book, and I'm sure it's not, but I'm sure he's like doing this whole I'm wrestling this missile so it doesn't hit the thing. It'd be funnier if like, he just carried it around.
Yeah, that's his pet. That is.
Yeah, he's just like I got this missile, I just carried it around. I'm good, and like you said, this is original pages, right? So.
Yeah, and look how much text is in that circle there. Like
like
one
a lefty meme. Holy shit!
Yeah. Jeez.
There are some things you ought to know about Silver Streak, the real Silver Streak as I knew him and draw him. Do not think of him only as a most unusual man, a man endowed with the speed of lightning. Think too of his great character, the motive behind his amazing actions. Could Silver Streak ever be real? To me, Silver Streak is real, yes, as real as the ideals of you and I dream of. His purpose in life is to help others, to help those in need. Silver Streak doesn't. Oh God,
You're doing
I got
good,
about
man.
halfway. Holy
yeah,
fuck!
that was epic. That was epic.
So is this the writer? Is this him talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. So that's let me get the screen up so I can see. Because I'm not even.
My God, that man just. He probably just has that like in a circle, just printed out for every time he wants to write about the Silver Streak.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little stamp.
See, if me, and I don't know how much you could do of it, but if it was me, if I was Mark, I would just have a little drawing of himself in here, and it would just like the rest would be the Communist Manifesto in this part.
Yes.
In the Best Career book, there's a few pages of in-betweens that I really struggled to write for ages. Like I spent like 2 weeks trying to write this essay about the nuclear holocaust in Japan and shit, and it was real hard. And then I had this idea, just write it in Korean. Like and now there's all these Korean pages that no one can read, like as an extra joke.
Mm-hmm.
What's that guy's name? I'm just
Not
googling
even
that
Korean.
guy. Ralph. What I actually did was I took public domain Korean stories, translated them into Korean, and then put them in there, and changed like all the heroes to Kim Il Sung in them.
Looks like his name is Ralph something.
Yeah, Ralph.
Ralph something creator. Yeah, I can't get the.
I think it's Ralph Johns. It looks like.
Yeah, it looks like Ralph Johns. Yeah.
So I'm having a quick Google now. Love looking into all who these guys are, because some of them are huge dudes I never even heard of.
Yeah.
Like that guy who co-created Supergirl, he also co-created Crypto the Superdog, and you know Bippo the Super Monkey.
Yeah.
Created him as well. Like,
Did he do Streaky the Super Cat?
no, not that one. I've never even heard of that one.
You don't know Streaky the Super Cat?
No.
No. What about
Hey.
Comet the Super Horse? I know more. I actually know something about comics more than Commie Mark. That's something, because he's like an encyclopedia about this stuff. So
Get dunked on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get shit on.
Take that, me.
Yeah. So let's get to there. When you talk about the original fastest man alive and his fight against racism and white supremacy in small town Alabama, make sure that you mention he's also a homosexual and that the Silver Streak story contained in the book was fun at seduction of the innocent and the comic book code that ultimately killed the original Daredevil universe. Is that what happened for real?
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. When they brought in the comic books code, like it was so. This guy Lev Gleason, he also ran the comic book Crime Does Not Pay, like which was the biggest thing, like true crime, like reinvigorated the whole industry in it.
Yeah.
And then when Seduction of the Innocent happened, it was basically banned the ability to do that because you couldn't show like crime winning. You couldn't show like drug abuse or murders and rapes, like all this shit that's in here, and it's from before the comics book code. It's so amazing.
God knows. And then we got. Oh, I remember. I think you were on a stream where you were showing stuff for Pat Patriot.
I've read about her way back in the day, so it's kind of cool to see her shit get messed up too.
What was hilarious about that? I think I remember correctly. It was just like the whole time men are just telling her what to do. Like,
yeah. Very much like that. It's about her struggle as a feminist in the 1940s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I've recast her as Captain Battle's wife. Like that wasn't a thing, and I've just added it into the book. Like she's got a boyfriend. I just put an eye patch on him. It's Captain Battle now. Like he looked real generic. Put an eye patch on, just looks like Captain Battle. So they're married now.
That's hilarious.
I mean,
oh God, Mike, you're gonna love this. She's a trad wife fighting for the rights of women.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
We what was it, like 2 years ago, Mike? Yeah, we were all like not dunking, but we were like having fun with that whole like I want me a I'm not gonna lie, boys. I want me a trad wife. So
yeah.
For rights of women in the workplace, as she uncovers secret plans to smuggle illegal weapons to the Nazis, who are slowly conquering Europe in the background while all this is going on. Can America #1's icon for feminism defeat the patriarchy and win over the evil chauvinist corporate overlords? Oh, that's a good question. And then here's her boyfriend, Captain Battle.
Yeah, fighting.
Wait, in this book he met Dr. Dracula.
Yeah, I'm thinking of recasting these Dracula vampire characters as the League of Batmen. Like,
absolutely.
Yes.
Do that. Yes, that's.
I'm glad people like that idea because they look dumb. Like one of them, they're wearing yellow. Like, don't go out committing crimes at night in yellow. Like with your mate all in blue and red and.
Mm-hmm. I think they might pick you out in a lineup. Just FYI.
The main guy, Dr. Dracula, the one who's after the death ray, he looks just like Bob Kane's Batman. You know, the one before Bill Finger made Batman. He looks like that. Looks like it was just stolen straight out.
Are you talking about that one right there?
Yeah.
With the pointy ears up and everything. Yeah. Let's say, okay, after losing an eye in World War I and suffering with shell shock, Johnny Battles settled down with Pat Patriot and had a family. With the USA not fully involved in the war in Europe, America's #1 superhero and his son, Captain Battle Jr., right here. This ain't funny. Now, for real, was that really his? Is it really Captain Battle Jr.? Was his?
So in the Golden Age, he was called Hail Battle. But so they rebooted him like a few years later as a angsty teenage fighter pilot called Captain Battle Jr.
Oh,
so I've just called him Captain Battle Jr. I love the idea that that's his actual name, like on his birth certificate. He's only 11 years old and he's ranked as a captain already, on equal footing with Captain Battle. It's not Captain Battle Junior and General Battle or whatever.
Yeah. Captain Battle didn't get a promotion. Yeah, that would get him kicked from the Corps at this point, I think. Isn't there like some rule, Mike, that if you don't get a promotion after a certain amount of time, they say, okay, you need to either get a promotion or fuck off.
Yes.
Yeah, because they do that. They do that to fucking. That's what's happening in Top Gun, the new Top Gun movie, right? Like Tom Cruise doesn't get a promotion. So they're like, what's wrong with you? Why are you stupid?
It's not that he's stupid. He wants to stay as a pilot.
Yeah.
And you can only stay in it as if you stay a colonel, I think.
It was something like that.
I don't know.
I think it was a major, and if he moved up to colonel, then he couldn't.
Yeah.
Couldn't fly anymore. Yeah. Okay, so
Well,
here we go.
Captain Battle, that's not a problem for him because he's got a jetpack.
Oh yeah. He can just fly himself around. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, screw you.
And he's got a melto gun that melts people that he only ever used it in one issue of his entire 25 issue run. And he's got a telescope called the Curvoscope or something, and it can just look at anything on Earth, which is vastly overpowered. Not as overpowered as the Melto gun, but it never uses that anyway.
I would think that the Melto gun could be appropriated in many ways, in all honesty.
I think it was just because the artists wanted to draw this melting pirate in one episode, one issue, so they just did.
So here is Crime Buster and question mark the monkey.
So you see, they're standing on two comics, so not Daredevil. Daredevil was the lead in his own book, Daredevil, and then Crime Buster was the lead in his book, Boy Comics, and then Crime Does Not Pay was the third one, and that was the big three in it, of the company.
I like the fact that you got Daredevil over here. He's actual kind of a superhero outfit.
Yeah.
And then you got Crime Buster over here, and it looks like that's his bed sheet. That's his his sweater from school, his gym shorts.
Yeah. That's what I love about him. Yeah. I think he looks like he should have a hockey stick, don't he?
Yeah,
if I'd have drawn him, he'd have a hockey stick. And I'm going to try and work that in somehow. Just have a randomly pasted hockey stick.
Just put a filter over it; it'll look like it belongs. And he's got his bedroom shoes on here.
Right?
Yeah, I love that. He's wearing fucking slippers to fight crime.
Oh yeah, I just realized he's wearing a glove too. He's wearing. Holy crap! This is awesome.
He just pulled a bunch of stuff out of his closet and was like, "Oh, this looks kind of like."
He did Casey Jones, but didn't go as far.
Yeah.
Because at least Casey Jones, he got some, brought some stuff that could be used as weapons.
Yeah.
Baseball bat, the cricket bat, golf clubs, things like that. So. But yeah, okay, so this was the thing about getting the monkey.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes, Daredevil is welcoming the dynamic new character, the Crime Buster, into the comic world. Can you think of a name for Crime Buster's monkey? Win a live monkey. 25 other prizes. You could tell the laws back then were not as strict about owning exotic animals.
If it arrived alive, it was good enough.
But yeah, that's really something in it. You couldn't do that now.
No.
A lot of animal cruelty laws, basically.
A teenager who just wants to get laid, touch boobs, and fight crime is in for the surprise of his life. He's battles one of the greatest villains he's ever faced. Crime Buster is actually really interesting because of the comic book code came into effect. The word crime was banned, and he was forced to change his name. This also meant that the end of the best-selling comic at the time, Crime Does Not Pay.
Yeah,
that does kind of suck, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this guy got cancel cultured.
Yeah.
In the 40s. Guess why? For being a communist. So that's why I'm bringing him back.
And then here. I love the tagline: "The black hearts in white." That's just
that's great, and it? This shit writes itself.
Yeah.
Like I hardly have to do anything. I just have to. It's already at 10. I just dial it up to 11.
Yeah, yeah.
That hard to do.
In heaven's name, please. Oh, please.
I like the way it looks like Beast from X-Men's in the White House there. Don't
Yeah, it does,
Like,
doesn't
I think
it?
that
Yeah.
every time that I see it.
Like he just made a what do you call it? He made a cameo. Right? Made a cameo 20 years earlier.
Yeah, invented Beast as well. Everything's
the-
stolen from this. Like I'm gonna write a thing about the actual Daredevil character, the Marvel one, because in Daredevil issue 2 of this, like proper Daredevil, there's this guy Daredevil. There's this other superhero Nitro who's blinded when he got chemicals in his eyes, and now he's a crime-fighting superhero. There's this boxer kid who gets convinced by the mob to take a dive in a fight, like and it's just like, dude, Stanley, you just copied this book. Like you just smushed these 3 characters into one story.
Yeah.
I got a character. So that's what I'm doing here as well. Stealing all that stuff and making a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's to be honest, that's how the most creative people create things, is that they just steal things and they match them with other things. It makes new things.
Yellow Lantern has a suggestion.
That is quite a good suggestion, I think.
Yeah, just send them some sea monkeys. Like, just change the text. Get you a free sea monkeys. Okay, the finale for the vanilla version of the book will showcase our titular hero, not Daredevil, as he tries to prevent a Nazi-backed takeover of the United States by the Ku Klux Klan. Can not Daredevil finally defeat racism once and for all already? I'm like, it's like you've been working on it for how long? What's wrong with you? Why it's taking you so fucking long to read racism? You idiot. If the thought of 7 hilarious and shocking stories isn't enough, then explain to the backers that should the campaign exceed its funding goals, that stretch goals will include the addition of more characters and stories from the Lev Gleason universe. You want to show some examples so people get all excited, but not too much because you don't want to spoil getting new announced them during the campaign. So stretch goals. This is a
so these are just the pictures. Like
okay.
What I'd quite like is to hear your first thoughts when you see each one of them.
Okay, Real American #1.
He's actually called the Bronze Terror, but Real American #1 is the name of his strip.
Okay, so I'm guessing this is the Bronze Terror.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
You know what my first thought is, especially when I saw this part, that this should be Hulk Hogan. It's like, brother, dude, Jack. Like,
I could make him speak like that. No, he's got to speak in that Native American style, innit? Like, so this will be my native story. All those stories, if you didn't notice, are like social justice issues, in it, like them South Parking, if you will. And in this bottom picture here, don't you think he looks like a Native American Bruce Wayne?
he does.
Like, so that's how I'm going to play him. Native American Bruce Wayne, casino owner, shit like that.
Well, if you need some some native research, you got a native right over here. So.
Oh Lord! Frick!
And there is a thing that I wrote before that had a Native American chief of police called Big Chief Police Chief. Like,
Base.
And he's wearing like a police uniform, but also a Native American uniform. He kind of looks like Obelisk from Asterix and Obelisk.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, innit? Like a police chief. But that's a whole different thing. But that's a taste of the sort of sensitive jokes that you're going to get in that book.
Sketch has actually a good idea. Says make him Aztec Bruce Wayne in Spanish. Calls him Bruce Wayne Bruno Diaz.
That is a good idea, actually, because he does look more Aztec or Mayan or something, don't he?
Yeah, especially with the
Native American.
Yeah, the way he's dressed, the headdress and everything. Yeah.
I think he's got a horse as well that's got like a skull mask like him, and he looks like a sort of Aztec Ghost Rider or something. It's
Except
actually a really cool character design. Like, I really like it.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay, so let's go down here. So a war eagle. Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but this is the why is he burning down the Titanic? But
because he's Eagle Man.
oh,
Love it.
war eagle.
So this guy is handicapped in it. Like he got
Physically?
polio when he was a kid and his legs don't work properly. So his genius idea was to get wings. Like so he'd be forced to use his legs. But I just loved the idea of him trying to land all the time, like when his legs don't work and he just like
Flops on the
spats
ground
into
like,
Damn it.
I mean, is that a real origin? Did he really have?
Yeah, that's like the real story, like in the original version. Like that's gonna be a fun one. I'm looking forward to writing that. Like
I like no wherewithal to like just pull the mask over your face so nobody can tell who you are. No, just it's fine.
and how close, is that to Captain America's outfit? Like
yeah.
I think Captain America might have pants on and a belt. Like
he has a belt and that, and of course this would be chainmail, with a like the design, but the star, except for being a white star, and then of course he has boots. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yep. So
he's one of my American heroes. They're all American heroes, really, apart from not Daredevil.
So 13, and introducing Jinx.
Yeah.
Why does he have a rope tied around?
He's being kidnapped. That's why.
Oh.
So in the original story, that 13 guy saves that little kid from being kidnapped, and
that's nice.
he also foils a plot to blow up the Statue of Liberty. But I am recasting the story as that he's like interested in him and and he's kidnapped him rather than saving him. Like, if that makes sense.
Because I'm already thinking like you could take this rope and just like go and just have it in his hand over here.
Yeah,
like
something like that.
Up. Yeah, that would be a nice little edit.
Nice and inappropriate.
Nice and inappropriate. Yeah. Oh, Nitro. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, that's the blind one that I was talking about. This is a story about a serial rapist and killer in it who's killing people in the park. So Nitro decides to track him down by doing using some very interesting investigative techniques. Like, I don't want to give too much away and just explain every story.
Oh yeah.
They're all controversial in some social justice way in it. Like this book. So right at the very top, you don't have to scroll back up, but if you remember, there's the first image is not Daredevil with his arms crossed, and there's a banner in front. And I'm gonna write a version of that trigger warning that they put on the front of Aladdin and shit last month. Gonna write a version of that in there, and it every single thing contains outdated views that are offensive. It's great.
That'll be awesome. Whoa, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, that's the Claw. That is he's the Japanese archetype villain.
Oh no!
And he's going to be the last stretch goal. The rest of them aren't necessarily in order, and there's a couple more to add in still. That I haven't found good pictures for yet. But that one's going to be epic. But I can't wait to do that one. And if we don't reach the stretch goal to do that, because I'm aiming to make more money than last time, I don't mind, because I'll be able to do this character in book 2, because book 2 so Pearl Harbor happens in book 2, and so that's all Japan. America versus Japan book 2 is so I'll get to do him in book 2, if I don't get to do him in book 1.
Yeah. And I'm looking at this, and like of course he's holding this dude, but it's like down here you just got these people on the roof here, just like whatever. Like shit going down, fam. All right, well, I mean, what do you want to do? He's like giant. Like,
What? Should we jump off? No, let's just wait here. Like,
yeah, it just looks like they're just standing around. Honestly, like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, you were talking about here. This is what you were talking about, like putting it in the trigger warning in here.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. And of course, like I said, there are no tears or anything yet because still in progress, obviously.
Oh, but there will be tears later.
Yeah, I've got some great original tears lined up for this one. Hopefully, people will find them as funny as the last one, because I did that on the first one. I've got to do it all the time now. Like I've got to break the mold of campaigning with every campaign that I do. Otherwise, people will say that Comic Mark campaign was shit. Like they'll say all the books are shit. Like that's fine, but I just want them to say the campaigns are good.
Yeah, what's it? What I'm trying to say? Oh yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of like with Mike Murphy on his on his books now. Like in God's Fear Me, he did the Schemes and Scams special. So on this book, he had to do a version of that, and he called it like Drogo's Blanco, which is just white drugs. And I've already talked to him about like for his next campaign, like what could it be called, So I said call it like something dummy dumb potato or something like.
I love dummy dumb potato. I've started saying it in real life.
Oh yeah, but yeah. So let's go back. Yep, went right to where I wanted to go. Good. So yeah, go back to, and like I said, there's the mailing list for Not Daredevil with the greatest name in comics, and and he's made a vague promise that you'll get something for signing up.
I love vague promises.
Yeah. They say don't make promises you can't keep, but what if I don't make a promise technically?
Yeah. I'm really proud of that joke right there, right at the top.
I think you've got me. Yeah, I mean, you got me good. You got me good laughing. So, mission accomplished. Any other streams you go on to promote this, you pretty much have to get these people to read that campaign. Just like that.
Yeah, it's like I think that it's a clever way of showing the campaign before I've actually launched it. Like, don't understand why we don't do that. The last campaign that I didn't have the mailing list for very long, and I didn't promote it very much. I wanted to keep everything a secret. Yeah. And one of the lessons that I've learned since is that ain't a good idea. Yeah. So I'm launching this one nice and early. Like I can fill an hour talking about it already, just a mailing list. So can generate some interest.
I think it was Zach who, when he on like one of his last books, he said, I forgot that you could actually just show the preview campaign and show everything that's going to be on it. I said, yeah, but Zach, the problem is it takes you 30 minutes to get to the what you're talking about. So, but it is what it is. But yeah, definitely sign up for it. Let me just put this in there. Copy. So anybody who wants to sign up for it, there's the link in the chat. It will be going in the description as soon as we go off the air because I can't edit it once we're live. Maybe I can. Hold on a second. Maybe. Probably not. I'm gonna try it. Not. List. Hear my typing.
I just got a tweet from Richard Nixon.
Oh, nice.
Because I was saying this on Dale's channel the other day. I am now the leading political voice in Comicsgate.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I love collecting all these titles, and I'm the highest grossing communist ever on Indiegogo in comic books, like probably not outside of that.
Yeah.
That beat Preston's lesbian kissing cover, which was the previous top communist book.
Speaking of communists, hey Xavier.
Hail.
Oh, hello.
It's funny because we're getting ready to close out.
Oh, cool. Well, I was waiting on my PC to boot up. Mike is live as well. He wants to know if we want to come talk the Whisper thing with him.
Oh, I might come. I might come do. I might do that.
I might actually come to do some fucking
Whisper campaigns.
I want to go too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and me. Get him to invite me too.
Well, he got. I mean, now you got the room for it. You know, StreamYard's is upgraded. So yeah.
Sure. I bought StreamYards this week.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna buy a dishwasher next with my campaign profit.
No more scrubbing pans for Commy Mark.
No. See, it's about giving robots the menial tasks that we don't want to do. It's what the gay space communist model follows.
It's kind of like what I did today. I'll show y'all. Show everybody. I put it up on Twitter earlier. Make sure I get it here. There we go. Yeah, here we go. All right.
I'll let him know. He says he's shooting us a link.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this is something talking about like machines. Like I said, Tim Allen grunting intensifies. Yeah, this is something that I have. We haven't had a lawnmower since last year, or a riding lawnmower, a push mower. But trying to cut 2 acres of grass is a pain in the ass. So we went out and got this bad boy today, and it's literally called Bad Boy. That's the name of the company, Bad Boy Mower.
Nice.
Does it steer like a pod racer?
Pretty much, yes.
Sick. I'm sold now.
But yeah, and just FYI, this is a finance thing. I didn't use any any funds for the campaign.
Nobody bought random go-karts.
Yeah, nobody's buying go-karts and lawnmowers with the campaign. No, that's being used to pay for the book. Don't worry about it.
You can do a tier where you drive over copies of the book in your fancy new lawnmower.
It'd be like that one dad who, his kid was giving him shit and, won't do what he said. So he, ran over all of his Xbox games with his lawnmower.
That wouldn't work now, would it? Because you could just digitally download them again or whatever.
Yeah. He'd actually probably have to run over the Xbox at that point. But yeah. So, yeah, that's what happened to me today. Piper went out, painting bathrooms or something. I don't know what was going on with that.
Yeah.
She didn't get run over by a lawnmower.
Yes, she didn't. I heard you got roped into it, Piper. Is that what you told me?
Yeah, was not worth it.
Oh, tell the story because you didn't get a chance to tell it last night. I was going to, but you had to run and take care of the animals.
Yeah.
Tell the story of what happened to the books. What almost happened to the books I sent you the other day.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the day that the bunch of comic books from Octopops. Yeah, the day that
to explain it, if I may, real quick, just to explain, what I usually do is I buy 2 copies of books. If it comes with like a 2-tier or something like that. And I asked Piper if she's picked it up. She says no. Then I just pick up 2 and then send her. I've sent her the rest. My extras. And this is the first shipment I sent her. So take it from there.
There we go. Yeah, I like saying I get paid in comic books. But so just remember, my existence is getting some of y'all's campaigns double backed.
Yeah, she doesn't pay the poster on this. I can only send so many posters.
Man, I can't hear him at all.
He ran away.
But
Hello?
Hey, there you are.
yeah.
I said, you're also paid in toaster ovens, but I can only afford so many of those a month.
It's sitting on my table because I didn't think about how big it was gonna be, and there is nowhere in my kitchen that it fit.
I sent you the picture. Before you said yes.
Oh yeah. I said
Love
yeah,
it.
toaster oven. From the picture, it was sitting on a counter, and I didn't consider my counter space, I guess. So I'm like, well, I'll figure it out. But the box of comics, it was a super like monsoon looking thunderstorm that rolled in, and freaking no knock on the door, no nothing. And so every once in a while, I would just like look on the porch.
Yeah.
But apparently they came during the monsoon thingy and tossed the stuff on the porch. And
Please,
Just left it.
what?
were they all destroyed? Is that where you're heading?
Good news. Well, wait, you're speeding up the story.
Oh. It's because I've got a joke that I want to get to. Like,
okay, I'll be a little bit faster. So, like halfway through this storm, something in the back of my mind goes, I really need to check my porch again right now. And so I do. And not only is there his box of comics, but there's actually another box that doesn't matter, but it was wet too. But but I grabbed him and brought him inside, and the box was completely like, it was mush. Yeah. So I'm like frantically ripping off tape, ripping the boxes open and stuff, like, oh no, oh shit. But everything was sealed in plastic, so everything survived in pristine condition.
Yeah. I was hoping you was going to say that you opened the box and they'd all turned to pulpy mush, and the only thing that had survived was Super Haro Minute's Ziploc bag.
Got it.
That would have been hilarious. Like, the only thing was like, oh, he was right again.
It was funny too, actually. When I was looking through everything, I was like, well, I'm glad, this is sealed pretty good. And I'm like, but this is still a situation that could have turned bad. Like,
why didn't, what was wrong? Why didn't the mail service at least knock?
Yeah, no knocking or nothing. And it still could have turned bad with these plastic things. So it actually popped in my head. I was like, see, it's situations like this is why those freaking Ziploc freezer bags is not a bad idea.
Ziploc freezer bags and as I said, butcher paper are the future of shipping. But no. But anyway, I think it's a good time to knock off for tonight. We're about even as far as time goes. So, guys, thank y'all so much for showing up. I will put the link in the description below for people who watch later for to check out Commy Mark's newest campaign coming up, or his mailing list, Not Daredevil. So, you guys have a great one, and we will see you next week.
Don't just love dicks.
Oh shit.